Okay, let's see. So is this recording or is this I'm confused. Is this recording? Please, you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up because I'm not really sure what's going on. If this is recording or is this live? It's showing me that it is recording instead of being live. So let me quickly check to see if I'm live. Oh, okay. I guess I am live. Okay. Right. So it is live. That's good. I wasn't sure because it was making it look like I was recording. I see this big old button here recording. I've never seen it before. But anyhow, that's fine. That's another confusion going on. But we are not to be confused about this CPC designation. We are going to make the best out of it and get our people to come on board to the work that Nina's has been doing and will continue to do for our people. Somebody got on the honor while others are sleeping. But we are asking that we actually put our minds down to think about the significance of this move and how we can use it to again achieve a better result. So I will play this music while we'll share, and then I'll come back and take us on this educational uh, session today. right. Thank you. Because I have a lot to cover, I do not want to waste any more time. Continue to help us to share and like. As you can see, my topic tonight is the Nigeria and the CBC designation, what the world is seeing, and how we can look at on ending ethno-religious killings, constitutional crisis, and the pathway to redemption. This is what Nina's has been crying about, has been shouting about. This is the work that's been done for your own good while you were sleeping, even some of you mocking. Someone was doing this work that we are again bringing back. And when we talk about politics, a lot of us are too emotional. Just like when we talk about your God and your Bible, you fall apart and you lose your mind over it. And we're telling you something is amiss, something is not working. There is something about this whole religious movement that is making us not to move forward, that we need to reinterrogate, we need to reassess. And some people just don't want to hear about it. They want to walk by faith. They want to close their eyes and walk into the rivers. And we're saying, no, 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 no. We are no longer doing that. So welcome to this critical edition of our show. Tonight, we will confront a reality that too many of us around the world we've ignored, even those of us in diaspora. I kept shouting that a lot of us are sent down here for a time like this, but no, some people turn it into a show. They are doing fashion, they are doing an event, they are studying what is it called? Acquiring all the degrees, doing all manner of stuff. And I'm saying that, think about this, no judgments today. And I'm going to choose my words carefully. Think about today. We were sent down overseas for a time like this, my people. It is time for us to stop being irresponsible. It's time for us to stop saying, oh, I'm not into politics. I won't want politics. I won't want Zion. Nobody is going to do this work for us but us. And no amount of crying, sadness, praying, fasting will get this work done. You, the human being, must get this work done. And our ancestors have even told us that my sister will say, aka mano mane bute when you do the work, you'll be able to eat kind of thing. So in the heart of Africa's most populous nation, communities are vanishing. IDPs are everywhere. According to the video that I'm about to play, the number is about 12 million people are being displaced as we speak. Villages are being burned. Churches are being destroyed. Families are being displaced. And the victims, like I said, they are in millions pleading for justice that we don't not even sure if it's ever going to come. In 2020, through the work of Ninas, the United States took a historic step. For the first time in history, Nigeria was designated as a country of particular concern, thereby that CPC that everybody's hearing about, country of a particular concern, which is a global warning reserved only for nations where religious persecution and targeted killings rise to the level of humanitarian crisis. And I will eventually show you a list of that list of nations that are listed on there, where again, Christians are being killed and nobody's saying anything. But here's the shocking part though. The killings never stopped, even when they were designated as a CPC nation. So thank God, through the work that was done through Daphne, I will show you, because you guys like to show and tell, I will take you guys to the US website so you can see Frank Wolf, our partner, with the guy that partnered with Ninas to make this happen. How the art was actually named after him. It's right there on the website that help us to bring on this designation. And recently, our senator here in Texas, Ted Cruz, as well as other colleagues, other Senate colleagues that, I know there's one in Oklahoma because I saw that video going around. They were pushing so hard to reinstate this designation because the bloodshed continues while the war remains silent. We hear about Gaza, here, everywhere that is happening. Oh, Somalia, this and that, but nobody mentions Nigeria, the most populous country and the country with the so-called massive oil producing abilities. They weren't mentioned. So behind the deadline is a deeper story, one that reaches back to Nigerians' constitutional foundation, one that touches on power, impunity, and struggle for survival inside a country where many believe is held together by force and not by consent. Again, Nina's has been at the forefront of this, trying to tell you guys that we'll never move forward with the current constitution that we have. Somebody will come and unalive you, and there's nothing you can do. You're not allowed to defend yourself. You're not allowed to own any weapon. You're not allowed to do anything. The police that you are giving is not even, they don't, we all know how that goes. It's a joke on the internet. So today we ask some difficult questions. Why are certain communities targeted again and again? Who are the killers that never brought justice? Somebody is empowering them. And most importantly, what do we need to do to stop this bloodshed? I will play the first video of the day, so that even before this designation yesterday, this thing has been going on. This video has been going around, where they on this talk show, they were giving us a amount of people that I know if you stop a typical so-called Nigerian on the road and you ask them, they don't know how many people have been displaced out of their homes. They don't know what is going on. They know that Boko Haram is doing this and this one is doing that, but they never ever follow through on it. As if we are so defeated, yet we are so educated. So I will play this first video so you can hear for yourself, brothers and sisters.
7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year. 7,000. According to Newsweek, the story came out. And you don't hear much about it, okay? You don't. You hear a lot more about Gaza than you hear about Christians. Christians get killed. Even some Christians don't talk about it enough. They put more focus onto what's going on with Gaza because it's easier to have a enemy that is disliked than this. However, this is the reality of it, what's going on in Nigeria right now. 7,000 Christians have been killed during the first 220 days of
Uh-oh.
2025. A civil society watchdog says this is an average of 35 killings.
Okay, it looks like this video is gonna have issues. Okay, so let me
a day, according to recent report published by the Nigerian.
Let me refresh it and see if that will take care of it. If not, I'll just play it from my video.
In Nigeria this year, 7,000. According to Newsweek, the story came out. And you don't hear much about it, okay? You don't. You hear a lot more about Gaza than you hear about Christians. Christians get killed. Even some Christians don't talk about it enough. They put more focus onto what's going on with Gaza because it's easier to have a enemy that is disliked than this. However, this is the reality of it, what's going on in Nigeria right now. 7,000 Christians have been killed during the first 220 days of 2025. A civil society watchdog says this is an average of 35 killings a day, according to recent report published by the Nigeria-based human rights NGO and International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law. Nigeria has long been an epicenter of Christian persecution, with more Christians killed for their faith in Nigeria than in the rest of the world combined. Damn. According to human rights organization Open Doors, which monitors the persecution of Christians around the globe, the violence has displaced at least 12 million Christians since 2009. 16 years, according to Inner Society. That year marked the start of Boko Haram's insurgency to establish a caliphate in Nigeria and the broader Sahel. In the 16 years since, Inter-Society estimates 189,000 civilians have been killed, 125,000 of whom were Christians, and 60,000 were liberal Muslims. The Inter-Society reports that 7,087 Christians were killed in Nigeria between January 1st and August 10th, and that 7,800 were abducted in the same period. The report
Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. Okay.
identified Benue State and Nigeria Middle Belt as among the hardest hit, with at least 1,100 deaths, including the Yalawata massacre in June, with 280 Christians were killed. Rob, if you have a clip to play, is this the clip of the gentleman explaining what's going on, or this the one them running out? Okay, go for it. It's after church service, I believe, by the way.
That's every gunshot you're hearing is hitting a person.
My people, my family members, they died in this house. 11. And some died in the other store. 8. Some died here. My whole family members that died yesterday, day before yesterday, on that.
Sorry guys, let's be patient with this clicking. I'm not.
That very day, there were 20. That is my own family members. I'm not talking about any other thing. That is my own family members. This is my store. Those shops are my stores. Those places are being burned.
Please walk.
Those places, this place is being burned. Here and up, my house is up there. That place also is burned. And the store where I pack my goods, I store my goods everywhere, has burned. They burned my clothes, they burned everything, they burned our food. All my family members, what we came out with is our clothes, what we wear. And I, standing here, this is what I came out with. And this is the only thing that I have. There's no anything with me.
Vinny, thoughts?
Going back to exactly what I was talking about.
Okay. So perhaps this video don't want to be played. I just added the link onto.
And it's like, I'm going to be honest. I had no idea. And why is that? Because the mainstream media doesn't give a damn. And they're not reporting this. It took Bill Maher. And you guys know me.
Your media sources suck.
Yep.
You are in a bubble. Not, and again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Yeah.
It's a great point.
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
And so
Right. So I just posted the link for this video in its entirety so that you can listen to it, because I'm not really sure why it's going back and forth. So let's go back to what led to this 2020 designation the first time. So according to Nina's narrative and report to the US lawmakers, for years, communities from Middle Belt down to South faced violent attacks, often identified by religious or ethnic identity. The world watched as villages were overrun, places of worship were destroyed, and displaced people multiplied. Nigerian government insisted that the killings were isolated, that it was farmers and herders clash, but we know that survivors civil society groups and international observers saw coordinated attacks. So at that time, LNC Ninas, the Lower Niger Congress, entered into the scene. In 2019, before the designation even happened, the LNC took the battle to Washington. They held a closed-door briefing with lawmakers, policy centers, the religious freedom organizations, and human rights committees. So this is the work that, again, being done on your behalf when you were sleeping. And at that time, their message was simple. These killings are not random. They are not spontaneous. They are systematic and ethno-religious. So that 2019 campaign set the stage. By 2020, the US State Department had enough documentation to act, and thereby they assigning that 2020 designation. That's how it landed. So Nina's had a whole lot of work to do behind the closed doors, and we have the videos to prove it. Again, when this video was going around, we had a Lord and Savior that came to save us. Because we are all drunk, we're so emotional. We're always drunk with emotionalities and all kinds of stuff. He came to distract us from what was being done on our behalf. Because imagine if we have given ear to what Tony Nadi came to do in Washington at that time, January 20. I don't know if you guys can see this video I'm about to share. I think I have the right video on. If we had given him any kind of assistance at that time and pushed these things through, we will not be here having this conversation. So in that regard, I'm going to play this video. This is one of the places that he attended to get this case to the US lawmakers. This was January 15 or 2019, at least that's what YouTube shows me here. So let me play some of it, because it's very, very disheartening that someone is putting his life out there, putting his heart out there, putting his resources out there, putting everything out there, working for people that don't even acknowledge even 0.001%. Instead, this man will get attacked over and over and over again. And I'm employing all of you today. Like I said, no shame. We have messed up. We made a mistake. But let's use this opportunity and jump in to see what we can do with this CPC designation, because it means a whole lot. I will be pulling up a PowerPoint for us to go through to see exactly the significance of this, because it's not just a name, CPC, everybody's saying CPC, what it actually entails, the significance of it. So let me allow Brother Tony here. This video is 11 minutes. I'm not going to play all of it. I'll put the link just in case if you want to re-educate yourself so that we can take off with this new designation.
To come to share
Oh my gosh, I don't know, this video is not gonna play this mess today. What is it doing? Can we see the video, audience? Please, if you can, let me know. The funny thing is that I'm on a different screen. If you can see the video, please give me a thumbs up.
The source of that problem.
If you can see the video, let me know. That will be helpful, please, so that I can make sure I will.
That problem. I talked about diagnosis that will lead to.
Okay, where is this thing? Please bear with me, guys.
That could then lead to treatment that will work.
I don't know why this thing chose.
Funny
Funny enough, before the show, I played this whole thing and it didn't have any problem. Ask me why he's deciding to dance around like he's drunk.
It's going to be wrong, and the patient will die. The patient here is the sick.
Make sure it's not my Wi-Fi that is doing this.
Nigeria. And our concern is less for Nigeria than for Nigerians. It's a world of difference. If you mix up the two, you're going to end up killing the people you thought you were going to save. having listened to some of the things that have been said, even on this segment, what we have in our hand is a Nigeria that has become
Okay, bear with me, guys. Let me use my hotspot to do this and see if that will make it change. No, hotspot. Like a hotspot one. Hotspot. Sorry, guys. I'm trying here, but it's no hotspot.
a rogue state. And the global Islamic movement has targeted it. In establishing, from where they have to get to where they target.
Right.
On the
All right. I have another video. I just added the link for this video on there for you, so that you can watch it in its entirety. Again, he was instrumental. LNC Ninas was instrumental in making this designation. Just for you guys to see the work again, that the work that has been done, and then I will play the ongoing video. I'm refreshing the screen here just to make sure it will play without interruption. I'm not really sure what's going on. This connection is doing the same thing on my hotspot, so that means it's not really my internet. It must be happening here. So I'm pulling up the video that, okay, I'm gonna share this instead. This is today's morning news. Share this.
The Christian advocacy group behind that list that Greg was talking about. Thank you, Ryan, for being with us. This is something that really has not been in the headlines, which Ted Cruz, senator from Texas, finds very curious. He tweeted out this. He said, thousands of Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year. When Christians are targeted and victimized by radical Islamic terrorism, the woke media stay silent. It's unacceptable fact. But why, in your mind, hasn't this been in the headlines more?
That's a great question. And it's a question that's being asked by our brothers and sisters in Africa as well. That's one of the things that we hear from them, is they want to know that the rest of the world has taken notice, that the world is not aware, that the world's not turning a blind eye.
You know, this has been going on for at least 16 years. And I was watching an episode of Bill Maher's program at the end of September when he really took the media to task by
Man, Boko Haram, they're attacking my system here. Something is definitely going on. Everything is not behaving well today. Gee. So let me see. Yeah, let it on, right? 'Cause I'm connected to the data. And I'm connected directly to the modem. I'm not really sure why this chose to happen today. Let's switch out and see. Okay, guys. You can see it's not something. Okay. I want more Bing and I may have. I don't know why I use Bing today instead of Google that I normally use. This is terrible. Okay, let's. All right. Thank you. Finally, stop wobbling. All right. Thank you so much. So as you can see, this administration, whether you like it or not, they are saying something about what our other counterpart that we love to vote for would never put up on TV or even talked about. So this is why I'm calling on our people to wake up so we can use this as an opportunity to get heard, right? Because the last time Ninas and LNC were down here talking about this, like I said, we were following a Lord and Savior that came to save us, and nobody gave it a push. This is an opportunity for us to get our voices heard. This is an opportunity for us to voice our grievances. This is an opportunity to support the work that Ninas is doing on our behalf. This is an opportunity for us to write our congressmen and women. This is an opportunity for us to organize, folks, organize. We are not here to be doing parties every weekend. We want to leave this world better than we saw it, especially given that we have given birth to so many children. We have our own nation here, especially down here in Houston. So many of us, our kids, some people have grandkids and great grandkids as we speak. We need to do more, brothers and sisters. We should work hard again to leave this universe better than we saw it. So I am going to pull up my PowerPoint because I like to see so I can remember. I have photographic memory. I don't like to I get confused a lot if I don't see the thing in writing. So I'm hoping as this helps me, it will also help others. Just give me a minute. Window, please continue to help me to share and like. Wonder if I do a slideshow. This slideshow, this acting funny. If you do a slideshow, we stay on one and not move forward. All right, so I hope you can see my slide. Please, if you can, give me thumbs up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, so that I will know that you can see. I'm actually on the second list, so I don't know if this thing is moving along. If it is, let me know. If it's not, I can go back and do it the old-fashioned way. I'm using a slideshow, but I don't know if it's following what I'm doing or not. Can you see? Can you see what is the next slide? I say, what is CPC? Can you see it? Let me know if you can. Let's see here. I don't see it on my other screen, so I will just leave it the regular way because it's not working. So what is CPC? What is CPC, my people? CPC, we know, is country of particular concern. Is used for systematic egregious violation of religious freedom, which we know Nigeria is on top of the list. This has been ongoing, even though our so-called religious leaders are there building massive cathedral and colosseum and everything else, while our people are being wiped out on our life on a daily basis. 12 million people displaced. Is also reserved for governments unwilling or unable to protect victims. So you can see that your so-called Nigeria fall into all these categories, right? The killing is systematic, yeah, and is based on religious freedom. Government is letting the perpetrators go without prosecution. We have already received this designation in 2020. And I wanted to show us the list of CPC countries, but we saw it on the last video that the guy showed, where they have listed those that they're keeping an eye on. And then when you look at the violent attack map, the red part is the area that they considered incident involving Boko Haram. The blue dots that you're looking at involves area with Fulani attack. At least that's what they said. This is according to the international I think they call themselves Ethno-Religious watchdog or something. So this is what they identify. And then the other part is the gray area is the northern region. And then the other side is the southern region. Look at how you create a country and then you give a massive land mass to one place and then you buckle the other ones at the bottom and call it southern region. But anyhow, so this is how it is right now. So when you see all those red, you can see that's close to Chad. That's where they claim that the Fulani nomadic killings are happening. And then the blue part is, I'm sorry, the red part is Boko Haram, the blue part is the Fulani. And then the other part is the gray and the southern parts are used to identify the place, the locations. We already saw the videos. It's been going around. So why is Nigeria being designated as CPC? Because of the ongoing killings, like I mentioned, targeting defenseless communities. We see the churches, the farmland, villages destroyed. Are we even talking about maiming and raping of our children and their mothers? There is a mass displacement with little or no arrest. And then, of course, the killing goes unabated, and they're operating with impunity. And we know who the people that are supposed to be in charge doing sponsoring this mess, sponsoring this, and we know who they are. They have told us that, that Fulanis are like water. They can sneak in and sneak out. Water goes wherever it wants to go. And then it maybe if you give them, I can't think of that governor's name right now. If you give them some money, they may stop attacking our people. That's the kind of people that we have running the show. So what was the evidence that was presented in Washington to allow this to happen? Somebody did this work. The person that did this work was not sewing uniform. He was not having party. He was not having anniversary. He was not going on vacation in Cuba and everywhere else. Somebody was sitting there making contacts, reaching out to other people, trying to connect with congressmen and women. When we live here, this person was in Nigeria connecting with our congressmen and women, and we live here in the US and we are living our best lives. Oh my goodness. So please, I need help. This slide is coming out weird. So please let me know. I need, if you're watching, let me know if you cannot see, because I'm not doing this for myself. I want you to be able to see. So I wanted to show you the, let's see, stop sharing. I wanted to share another screen so that you can see the Richard Wolf share screen. Let's see if I can. I'm coming. I'm trying to find the website that I already pulled up. Okay, don't need this part. Oh yeah, okay. So share this instead. The country of particular concern. So this is official US website. Countries of particular concern, special watch list countries, entities of particular concern. So under that 2019, Nina's LNC was working with Frank Wolf, International Religious Freedom Act staff and the rest of the crew to get this thing work, and the evidence is out there. So that it's not that we came up with these things and we're just telling stories. Again, whenever we bring forth some information, we want you to go do your research. The information is there. So based on this is the group that we work with to get that designation going. And we do thank our president for bringing it back forth, because it was dismantled when the other people were in charge that did not think that we are worthy of being mentioned, talk less of being saved. So I will go back to my PowerPoint. Do I even know how to do that? Let's see here. Stop sharing. Let me bring back my PowerPoint. Please continue to help me to share and like. And then if you have questions, concerns, please put them out there, or you can call me. Whichever one is fine. All right. So LNC delegation met U.S. lawmakers in 2019. They submitted documentation of the targeted killings. They proved that attacks were systematic and not random. And that, like I mentioned before, helped to trigger the CPC designation. So it wasn't just Ted Cruz, because you guys like to give credit to just one person. Anytime your brothers and your sister do the work, as long as we are not white and we don't have flat hair and, light skin, you don't believe that we are capable of doing that work. So this work has been done already. But of course, we do thank our congressmen for helping to bring it back forth. These are the work, if we are functioning here as a community like we're supposed to, political community, we should be doing this. Our congressmen, when I called the office, they were like, what is wrong with your people? And they take calls. Our people make it sound like it's scary. You can call. You can hear in America, you can call your congressman. You can set up an appointment to meet them and they will meet you. You can send them an email and they will reply you. Ask me why my people are not using those avenues. I do not know. So we do want to thank our congressmen. They were very gracious. If you call them tomorrow or Monday, they will take your phone call, my people, especially if you're here in Texas, and thank him for what they're doing. And let's see if we can push for more. So let's stop being afraid. We like to go in our community. We can even talk to our congressman. We can even talk to them, acting as if we are so timid. We only want to intimidate our people. So what was the government reaction when all these things happened? These animals, these criminals, these legislators, we know that they lack the capacity to rule us. I don't know why this thing is showing halfway and my face bigger than the PowerPoint. Is driving me insane. Let's see. I don't need my face to show. Let me go back and make the PowerPoint big. That's, even the show that I'm having, I'm asking for help. People are watching me. They can't even respond. Not even one thing. We can see, we cannot see, nothing. Not every time you engage with our people, it's like they are flat. They are not able to react. And then these emojis that we are using nowadays is even worse. Instead of reacting, you will hear emoji, one thumb up, this one, that one. People are not thinking and processing things anymore, So back to what I was saying. So the Nigerian government claimed that the killings were random crimes, but we know that the patterns expose religious and ethnic targeting. They only made few arrests, few convictions. That's if they did. At least this is what the international community is telling us. And currently, so far, they are not impressed with what they have seen. They don't think they have done anything. They have done enough, which made it very, very easy for we to reinstate this designation. So there is a constitutional problem associated with this. And this is why if you look at that video that I refused to play, you will see that my brother was not lamenting. He was profiling a solution on what we need to do to end that madness. So he didn't go to white people and start crying, yes, religious killing over here, internal displacement over here, this one. No, he said, this is the problem and this is the solution. If you misdiagnose a patient and you give them the wrong medication, they will die. So it's good that you get the proper diagnosis. Go and listen to that video. One of the links I've already posted in the thing today in our chat box today. Oh, let me remove this till my hair is itching. I don't have time for this. So you can see that he was, profiling solution on why this is a constitutional issue, right? Because if these things were addressed in the first place, we will not be having this conversation. We will not be defenseless. People will not come to you and you will not be able to defend yourself. And then when you call the police, they are not even nowhere to be found. You call the governor and say, oh, these people are threatening us. They are coming tonight to harm us, and nobody will do anything for you. So it's part of that constitutional problem that we've been shouting about. And this reminds me of a similar case back during slavery here in America, when slaves, that they are not allowed to defend themselves after the Civil War. Because the North was trying to be in charge, they recruited a lot of African Americans and made them in charge and gave them guns to defend themselves. And for the first time, KKK ran fast. They ran faster than their leg can carry them, because people were able to defend themselves. So in these current constitutional problems that we have, we are not able to do so, because that 1999 constitution, again, was not made by the people. There was no referendum. There was no democratic approval. So centralized control leaves the state powerless. That's why your senator will run around or something. Back. He's not able to do anything. And you've seen Oju Zokano tell us that they're not doing anything. They're just there sharing money. They are not running any business. They don't even have business. They can't even steal the money and start a business. So they can't even steal the money and start a business. They're there sharing money. Why their pastor counterparts are there believing you for you to believe in miracle, but everything work by faith. He may change that being a mirror, and the Holy Ghost will save you, and then you go to the land or the house with many golds and silver will be waiting for you when you go on the other side. One maybe a black Jesus is waiting for you. You got hope very soon. You got buggy also places you never imagined. Please continue to help us to share. So these people left us powerless, so powerless. There's no state police. Victims cannot defend their communities. Mega arrest, right? Mega arrest. Mega arrest. Nothing there to defend us. So this is, again, the constitution that was not made by the people. It was made by the enemies to keep you down. So why Nina said that the system cannot work is that the current constitution protects the perpetrators and not the victims. The ethno-religious violence becomes structural. Without restructuring, killings will continue. Impunity will be built into the framework, just like we are currently witnessing. You can cry all you want. You can lament all you want. You can fast all you want. You can come online and tell them I'm only wearing one t-shirt, and they burn down my store and they kill the rest of my family. It's on you. Until you are empowered to defend yourself, just like African Americans at some point, because they ended up, people got scared. They were like, oh my God, we give gun to black people. We can't do that. So until you are giving something to protect yourself, you will always be the victim. And the funny thing about this world, brothers and sisters of Christian background, right? Homo Zion, Homo Israel. Guess what? These people in all their religious, what should I call it, activities, told us that it's world without end. And my whole meaning that one day you will be on a life and the world without end will be rolling on. And when I get changing. So what is the good thing about this CPC? What happens after the CPC? When we thank God for that. There will be international investigations, because currently our current president and his staff members, they are into Christianity, white nationalist Christianity. So at least we are somewhere down their list somehow. They will start investigation because, they want to prove they are Homo Chineke, right? They are the Homo Zion. They are waiting for a rapture to rapture everybody. They want to prove that. They are going to start investigating people that are contributing to this problem or funding this problem. They're not even contributing, they are funding these terrorists. There will be a red flags on Nigerian officials, possible sanctions. There will be travel bans, asset freeze, military aid restrictions, arm embargoes, loading off on the ban is coming. So these politicians now will be running back and forth. I don't know if you guys remember when the first Designation happened, they called what is that, our vice president, Mr. Whatever his name is. They called him. He came there and be lying and say, oh, nothing is happening. It's ethnic and religious clash. And then they called Buhari. Buhari forgot his toothpick. He didn't know if he should be sitting down or standing up when he was talking. He was there squishing on his chair as if he's a 2-year-old child that was called into the principal's office. We saw that. So it's going to be more than that. You know how our people love to have access to travel everywhere, right? You set our place on fire, any little thing, your family is already set somewhere in another land. So any little thing, you will take your first class flight and run off. I wonder what will happen when there's a travel ban on your behind. I wonder what will happen to your children going to Ivy League school, the one that you pay $20 million a semester. I wonder what will happen when they freeze your assets. I mean, would they be coming home to sell akara or what? What is going to happen? So it's time for you guys to wake up and stop this nonsense. It's time for you guys to wake up and start renegotiating. We do not want any amendment to your stupid constitution. The constitution was not was not made by the people, and we do not want anything to do with it. So what is the NINA solution? The NINA so far, we have provided a peaceful, lawful pathway forward. We want that constitution on 1999 to be dismantled, like discarded, the trash. My sister will say, what do you do with a expired passport? No, fake passport. Do you get a fake passport and say, oh yeah, because he paid someone $1 million to get this fake passport, okay, we'll allow you to come through? No. When you have a fake passport, they arrest you and they destroy the passport. That's what is done. That is what done. Nobody amends the passport and say, oh yeah, let's consider the money you pay for it and allow you to come in and amend it. No, you get arrested and your passport is destroyed. So when we do all of this, it will allow our regions to regain their sovereignty. If you go on Nina's website, you can see step by step of the things that needs to be done. And you guys keep running around. You keep praising one Lord and Savior that came to destroy what is being done. And then from there, you will jump into very light-skinned man. And then if the light-skinned man start looking like bleaching cream, then you will jump into very dark man. And if that one doesn't work, then you will jump into Imo River. If it doesn't work, you will start following Okoko. If it doesn't work, you will go back to Menala. You guys are just running all over the place like Ndara. When there is, again, a solution on the table. All we ask you guys, in all your educational prowess, please interrogate the plan. And not with mockery, because a lot of you will say, oh, I've looked at the plan. Okay, and so what? Money, you're very stupid. I have nothing to say to you. And then if you are making mockery, what solution do you have? Oh, to follow the random Lord and Savior you left in the prison and you never asked where he was. Very sad. So we are asking our people, this is a no-brainer. The work has been done. Someone was working on your behalf while you were mocking, sleeping. They went ahead when we weren't even aware of what's going on. And they did the work that you're not willing to do. So for Ninas, the unending violence is a symptom of a deeper structural problem. Again, my brother and sisters, if you watch that video with Tony, you will see how he explained the problem and the diagnosis. Our message to Washington wasn't just that our people are dying. Our message was that Nigeria, as currently constituted, is unworkable. It was not meant to move forward. Ethno-religious conflict was built into the foundation, which changes the framework, and the killings will continue unabated. So the CPC designation is not only a human rights tag, it's just a global acknowledgement that the problem is real, persistent, and structural. Once again, Nina calls it a pathway to redemption. We recognize the problem, we force the government to act, and we return sovereignty to the indigenous nationalities through legal and constitutional pathways. And until this is done, we will be running from pillar to post. Some people will go into fasting and praying. Some people will sell all their assets to go and become a slave in another land. Some people will go as far as steal another woman's child and put him in a bag of rice so she can go and sell for rituals. As long as we are running back and forth, we will be going one step forward and 1 million steps backward. There is a solution on the table. Nina's is the solution. CPC is another component of the work that is being done. If we want to end this once and for all, we support the work that Nina's is doing. To learn more, our website is on here, that www.ninasvoice.org. Go there and interrogate the work that is being done. Go and see how you can be part of this. If you want to support what we're doing, Daughters of Truth 2021@gmail.com through PayPal. It's easier that way, because if you put anything through easy one with all these platforms, YouTube or Facebook, they will take the money. They will tell you to bring your kidneys, bring your liver, go and bring your mother's nose and bring your father's nose. You won't even see that money, and they take the chunk of it. So, but if you put it into PayPal, we'll use it to support the work that is being done. Somebody is doing some work, whether you believe it or not. Somebody is doing work on your behalf. Imagine the amount of money that we spend on weekend fashion or fashions. Imagine if we put 0.000% of that into our future, into our well-being, into our, struggle that you interrogated. I don't want you giving money to any random person because they came and tell you all the things that is happening, that you know is happening to you, and calling people's name on the radio, and then you think they're going to bring you freedom. No, we're talking about the legal and internationally recognized pathway to constitutional freedom. That's what we're talking about. We don't want emotionality. We don't want religious distance. We want you to go and interrogate and even ask, oh yeah, use ChatGPT. Go and ask ChatGPT, please, can you tell me more about the work Ninas is doing? Is it legally, recognized? Is this something that is likable to get us to where we're going? Please, I challenge you to go and do that, because that will help to cut down on your research. And if the answer is yes, 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 please, brothers and sisters, join us. Then it will be me telling you, join us so that we can end this madness once and for all. Because I'm telling you, anytime we were able to get our self-determination back, in 10 years, China will be, if they hear our name, they will pass Russia and be running. That's how fast they will be running. Because I know my people are capable. But whoever that did this to us, everybody now solo, until we come together as one. And we will not follow that. Don't follow anybody, please. Don't follow me. Don't follow whatever. I want you to interrogate everything, because all the things that we've been told as people, most of them are lies. Everything, they are so-called Bible, Jesus in the Nazareth, this and that. The same Jesus, he was supposed to be white, and then he went and lived among Egyptians. I mean, that's one way to catch him the same day. If you are white and you're living with black people, your Pharaoh will catch you because you're the only white person in the black land. So everything in Kowale doesn't make sense. And then they will tell you, oh, they slap you, you turn the other cheek, and then you're asking even a little child, come and slap a little child. Yeah, but these people are telling you that nigga gay because you give the other cheek for somebody else to slap, and then you will go to heaven. We don't want to go to heaven. We want to fix this. Then they want to fix it. And by the way, brothers and sisters, everything that we're looking for is in the ground, not up in the sky. Check here. Everything I know, gold, diamond, mirror, even when we die, they bury us in the ground and we decay. Everything that we are looking for is in the ground, not up. That's why my wonderful, smart ancestors, they will pour libation to the ground, greet Allah, greet everything, because Allah will bend not here was sky or cloud. Jesus. At least in Kala, we can plant stuff. In my land, they call Igbo land, you can eat fruit, throw it outside, the next day will germinate. Everything is coming from the ground. Nothing is up there for you. So let's stop the madness. Let's stop the deceit. Let's stop the anger. Let's stop the jealousy. If I have offended you, forgive me. All I want is for my people to have more and have more abundantly. I'm every weekend I'm talking about at the international stage. Ebe has the who we soon unu gafete as unu merenka unu this one nothing more, nothing less. I don't hate anybody. It's just that it breaks my heart to know that my people are capable and yet we are doing nothing. We can't even organize ourselves. So thank you, Ninas. Thank you for the work that you're doing on our behalf. Thank you, Nina's LNC. Thank you for those working assiduously, those putting in their resources. We thank you. And we continue to ask for more resources. If you guys see this is one movement that is not coming out there begging you, you must pay or you won't come through the gate when it happens. No, we're saying, Ometugunobi, like I said, go and ask ChatGPT what we are doing. If it's the right thing to do, please donate to Nina's today so that we can complete this work. We cannot allow people that we are better than to continue to rule us. We cannot allow people that their main goal, as I'm telling you, people are packing gold and selling it back somewhere. There's so much resources. I was even told that the Aja red that you see everywhere in our land is full of gold. Everything that we have is full of everything. Let's not abandon it and be looking up in the air or in heaven for something else to come to us. So if you can help what we're doing, God bless. Until next time, brothers and sisters, please help us to share, like, and get this video across. Again, join what we're doing, ninasvoice.org. You can go on our YouTube to learn about the work Daughters of Truth we've been doing for so many years, and we'll continue to do whether you guys acknowledge or not, because somebody can run and we have our children, our future to protect. So until next time, brothers and sisters, you all have a wonderful weekend. Ndewo. And ihe awa afọ ọnwa ọhụrụ anyị ga-ebido na November 7th, according to our ancestral calendar, which runs in 28 days. So 4th of November is actually, I made a calendar. We're going to put that calendar on our website so that if you want to follow our ancestral calendar, you can. Is better than this one that some random guy made up. So our November calendar will start on November the 5th of the American calendar. So November the 5th is a Monday. It will be Afo. And then, of course, Nkwo Eke Uri Afo Nkwo. So I'm going to post the calendar for you to follow if you're interested in things like that. According to our ancestral calendar, us know Onwa Uzo Alose. Onwa Uzo Alose, part of deities. This October grab Onwa Ilu Wine. Onwa Ilu on like my Igbo is terrible. But anyway, it's called marriage moon. Marriage moon. So alumudi na nwunye bụ ihe ndụ. Marriage is the essence of life. That's from October 8th to November 4th. And then from November 5th to December 2nd is our 12th month, because our ancestral calendar runs 13 months. And the Haporia Onwa Uzo Alose. Onwa Uzo Alose. Uzo Alose then so the part of deities is sacred. So I'll be sharing this calendar if you're interested more. That's how I'm going on. Hana dating my ancestors, because I'm tired of running from Imoha to the main road. All right. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.